for grieving families a potential chance at justice. 6 gang members who allegedly preyed on men in New York City nightclubs with the goal of drugging them and using their own faces to unlock their bank accounts have been indicted over their murders. Arrest warrants were issued for 3 of the 6 men connected to the deaths of John Umberger and Julio Ramirez. A medical examiner says that they died from a mix of fentanyl, cocaine, ethanol, and other drugs. Both men were victims of murders caused by drug-facilitated thefts after leaving several nightclubs. The suspects have been hit now with murder and robbery charges. The health department saying that there has been a 78% increase in overdoses across New York City since 2019 and a 27% increase since 2020. In 2021, there were more than 2,600 reported overdose deaths in the city. And in 80% of those deaths, fentanyl was detected, making the deadly opioid the most common substance involved in overdoses in New York City. Now, law enforcement officials are investigating a string of recent overdose deaths so far, ruling one of them a homicide. NewsNation Sloane Glass has the latest on those cases for us tonight. Sloane?
Natasha, the mysterious death of up-and-coming designer Katie Gallagher now ruled a homicide. And her case, all too familiar, it is mirroring these strings of club druggings and robberies that we are seeing around New York City.
Katie Gallagher, a designer living in New York City, whose clients included Lady Gaga and Laverne Cox, among other celebrities. Seen here in a designer spotlight interview.
I remember in high school, it was just all I would really do was sit in my room and draw, and then, I don't know, hang out with my boyfriend or something. There was really just not a lot to do. If I were in New York, it would have been different or something.
Gallagher in her apartment, where a neighbor would later find her dead, becoming curious after spotting her keys dangling from the apartment door after seeing her just 2 days earlier. Police are calling Gallagher's death a homicide and part of a growing and disturbing trend in New York City. More than 24 cases and at least 6 deaths where victims are drugged, robbed, and in some cases left for dead. They target their victims leaving bars, offering drugs in some cases. Then, either through force or when the victim passes out, they remove jewelry, money, high-end watches, and phones from their victims. The chief medical examiner in New York revealing the 35-year-old designer died in what they call a drug-facilitated theft from a lethal cocktail that included fentanyl and ethanol. Police have seen this deadly combination before in the deaths of Julio Ramirez and John Umberger. The same drugs were present in the toxicology report of Brooklyn social worker Julio Ramirez, who was found dead last April in the back of a cab downtown, 90 minutes after leaving the Ritz bar in the west side of New York City, where he'd been joined in the taxi by 3 men. His death was also ruled a drug-facilitated theft and homicide. Ramirez had additional drugs in his system, like cocaine and lidocaine.
We believe the lidocaine is what really had the effect on incapacitating these people.
And in early June of 2022, political consultant John Umberger had most of the same drugs in his system when he was found dead, several days after leaving the Q Club in New York City. As the drug-related thefts and murders continue, a breakthrough in Ramirez and Umberger's case.
Law enforcement says these crews first used dangerous drugs to immobilize their victims before using facial recognition to unlock their phones and drain their bank accounts before leaving them totally incapacitated. Natasha.
Terrible cases, and we appreciate you breaking down the latest information. Sloane Glass live for us in New York City tonight. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.